Welcome to Small Business Saturday.
Welcome to Small Business Saturdays video series with your host and my husband.
And my dad, Aaron Montgomery.
Join the conversation.
Let's talk some business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome into Small Business Saturdays. My name's Aaron Montgomery, and you can find me at oursuccessgroup.com. And hopefully everybody's having a fantastic start to your Saturday. Things are going really well here. As you can tell, I am, you can tell that's a bed behind me. I normally don't have a bed in the background. So we are coming to you live from the hotel room at the Even Hotel here. So lots of fun jokes about people staying at other hotels. If you're not at the Even Hotel, you're at the Odd Hotel, right? Is that how that goes? So anyhow, this used to be the Holiday Inn here at Dax Tinley Park, and they have rebranded to the Even Hotel brand. And nice rooms, kind of remodeled a hair, and there's an exercise ball and all sorts of fun stuff here in the room. So anyhow, that's where we're at. We're coming to you live from Dax Tinley Park, the Chicagoland area. All right. Todd checking in here this morning. Sorry, looking up at a big screen over here. So I'll be trying to stay focused on you guys, but catching up with the comments. We got Todd this morning. We had a great time last night hanging out with everybody, and get to that in just a little bit. And Todd said this hotel is a little odd, though. Yeah, it's different. It's they're trying something new, so good for them, right? And all right, so. As I mentioned, we're here at the Dax the Dax trade show here. Yesterday's first day. Today is the last day of the show, and this is the last event for Dax this year. So they've had a good slate. We started off in Kansas City. What was that, Kylie, a couple months ago? I guess it's been about 2 months now. Yeah. And then we had Minnesota not too long ago. That was only a couple weeks ago. Feels like less. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun. And so now we're rounding out the Dax season here at Tinley Park, Chicagoland area, just kind of southwest of Chicago. And it's been a great show. It's been by far their biggest so far this year. And obviously with everything that's gone on since the start of 2020, things are changing and evolving all the time for the trade show folks. And they actually last week had a mask mandate here in the area. And so for the most part, we all wore masks yesterday. It's kind of, everybody's just been really cool about it. I don't think there's been some people that aren't, and some people that are. You kind of just, wherever anybody's comfortable with, nobody's too concerned about whether you are or aren't, but everybody's just doing the right things. And I think that's been cool to kind of see everybody interact, meet people where they're at. And so that's been really impressive to see. And we've had a great turnout, lots of folks showing up. And so with all that, we've had a chance to talk to tons of people, and in fact have some new members of the 5 Keys program. So that was great to be able to, help them understand where we can support their business. And so really excited about that. We've only got a few days left for the introductory price to be around. In fact, Tuesday is the last day, I believe, whatever the 31st of the month, the end of the month is. So it's been great to talk to people about that here. Very grateful for that. The other thing I wanted to just point out, just really grateful for all the amazing people that have been around us here at our Success Group. And, we've been able to see some friends that we've seen before, and then also get to meet some folks face to face that we haven't met before. So Renee Townsend, we've had a chance to spend some time with her. They're always fantastic. And Alicia Davis. So great getting to hang out with Alicia and Sandy Lindstrom and her boyfriend, Jim. Wonderful having opportunity to catch up with them. And then Corey Downing, Todd's wife, being here. Always appreciate all of her help and support, and all the stuff that she does kind of in the background too. So we've got delicious candy in the booth. Thank you, Corey, very much. So sometimes, right, the times when there aren't people there and I'm just chowing down on all the chocolates, but still very much appreciate it. Also, just friends from outside of our Success Group family, friends like Christine Shreve is here, and she's actually hanging out with Katie and Amy from Trouble Me Not Embroidery. And so getting a chance to spend some time with them, it was great to see Christine. I got to see her at the Applique Getaway, where she is now the marketing director. But to see her here in the DAX environment, that's where I got to meet Christine for the first time, was here at DAX. So back home, right? It feels like back home. So let's see here. So Todd says trade show ranks education networking vendors. Yes, definitely. So getting to see them has been great. I'm really grateful for that. Also extremely grateful for the DAX team, Scott and Margie Ritter, and all the folks that help them put these events on. They are so amazing, go above and beyond. We are so lucky to be in this industry that is full of industry events that really take care of people all the way across the board. I've always been so impressed with what Scott and Margie are able to do and what they pull off with, these Midwest shows and just good people. They take care of you. So I'm really grateful for them. Also extremely grateful to have an opportunity to hang out with my 2 regular guys crew this weekend. We had the whole gang back together. Finally, I get to spend some time with Terry Combs, and though Terry and I get to spend time each Friday together on the show, to be able to spend time in person with Terry is great. And then Eric being here, Eric is just such an amazing guy. Love every opportunity I get to hang out and talk with Eric and just be around. So that was great. We all went to Buffalo Wild Wings last night and had a great time there, and just really exciting. And then also extremely grateful for my wife. She is actually right over there getting ready, taking care of the stuff in the background, getting us packed up so we can get out of here while I get the chance to talk to you, and just all of her support. Really, really grateful for everything that she's doing to just make sure that I've got what I need. And I just don't know what I would do without her. I am very blessed. So thank you very much, sweetie. Love you. Yeah, love you too. And then I also extremely grateful for Todd. Todd, thanks for being here in the comments right now, but just really impressed with Todd. He has gone above and beyond, worked his way outside of his comfort zone quite a bit, and even for me, put on shoes. He's not a shoe guy, and we're doing some presentations and stuff, so he had to find some pants, and I think he probably even went out and bought shoes for me. So that's more a joke, just all the things that he's been doing. So Todd, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. It's been great. I am so excited for today. Today's going to be an awesome day as well. And I can't wait to get out there on the show floor. But first, I want to share with you guys one simple exercise that will give you more success. So let's see who all's tuning in. Yeah, so there we go. Todd says, "Yep, got the band back together." Yeah, it was we had such a good time last night, and just over this entire experience here at DAX. So super grateful for all of that, and grateful for everybody that I've got to see. And thanks, Todd. I appreciate you saying that. It says thankful for you. Just some cool stuff going on. I am beyond excited. Little tired. Like I said, we had a good time last night, but we're gonna rally, feeling good. Did get some sleep and plenty of water, and so yeah, it's gonna be an awesome day. All right, but like I said, I want to talk to you guys about one simple exercise that we can do that will bring us more success. And so as humans, we are hardwired to look for negativity. We go through the course of our day and have many frustrations that pop up, and I would say 99% of those frustrations that pop up are not really all that important in the grand scheme of things. You get cut off by a driver. Yes, you wonder what's going on in their world, but we get frustrated, yell, scream, whatever happens for you when you get cut off in traffic. because we're concerned for our safety. And so we have these things that just pop up and these frustrations. And so as humans, we've been hardwired for that. I'm not real sure if this is a need or a desire, where it comes from, if it actually falls in the need category, if it's just a desire. But we love, as humans, to get together in a group and just commiserate, right? And talk about all of the negativity and, woe is me and this thing going on. And in fact, there's times where it almost feels like it's one-upmanship, where somebody's like, oh, well, this thing happened to me. And they're like, oh, that's terrible. Well, this thing happened to me, which is even worse than the thing that happened to you. Oh, well, then what about this thing that happened to me that was so terrible? That's even worse than the thing that happened to you, right? That's kind of the thing that we do as humans. We're built that way. So we can find something wrong in everything. It's part of our hardwiring. It's part of our brain, our software. And really that comes from the fact that our brain was designed to do one major thing, and that was to keep us alive. That is to keep us alive. That's what our brain's software is made to do, is to keep us alive. And when we look for the negative things, when we try to find the things that are potential threats, we have a much better chance of survival. The better safe than sorry type idea. So that's what our brains are all about. And that's why we get to that state. But here's what has happened. Our external world has evolved faster than our internal brain has evolved. Now it's evolved, and we can make conscious decisions and do some things. And I'm going to give you one simple exercise that will fast forward all this. But today's threats have changed. We're very safe in 99% of all the situations we experience throughout our lives. Very few people, especially here in where we're at in the United States and in developed countries, for the most part, things are safe. Yes, there's some bad situations. Yes, there's some things that obviously need to change. But at the end of the day, sorry, I got to move my notes there real quick. At the end of the day, we're extremely safe. So what's happened here is this, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but it's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And basically the way this works is this psychologist, I believe he was, Maslow, had determined that as humans, we have these developing level of needs, and they kind of start from the bottom and work our way up. And we can't even work on things above one until we fill these needs at the bottom. So the very first need that we have as humans is the physiological stuff. We need food, we need shelter, right? So that's the first basic need that we have to be able to provide for ourselves or get help being provided for us. So then once we're there, the next need that we have to fill for ourselves is the safety. We have to, and that's where that part of our brain was wired in, to look for threats, to always kind of be better safe than sorry, assume the worst. And so that safety is the next thing. And that's really what our brain was wired for. Find us food, find us energy, conserve that energy, and then keep us safe. Now, we've gotten to a point in our world that those two levels of basic needs are almost a given. Most people actually take it for granted. And, and again, I'm not saying that everybody has all of that, but I would say a majority people that are tuned in and watching this, at the end of the day, you've got food to eat and you have relative safety in your world. Now, what happens though is that now that we've had those two needs met, then we get into the next level, and those become our new threats. And the next level would be the love and belonging. So friendship, being part of a community. And so the threats are, are they going to like me? If what I say or do, how will that affect people? Waiting for somebody else to kind of guide us and direct us because we want that love and belonging. And then the next level from that is the esteem, the self-esteem, the level of, how do I feel about this? If I failed, that I lose self-esteem. And so now that need's not being met. And so I'm back to looking for the threats. What things are going to cause me to lose self-esteem? So that's why our brains are wired the way they are. But the exciting part, and the part that I love, is that we can actually train ourselves, just like an Olympic athlete, for example, just coming off the Olympics, have spent a good deal of time training themselves to get to that level. We can do the same thing with our brain. We can train ourselves to make a shift to instead look for the positive. And so the one simple exercise that we can do to be more successful is to find a way to look for the positives and then go from there. And so I'll share that tool in 1 second. But when we look for those positives, what happens is now we, instead of looking for a way to one up each other as to what's negative in our world, we now can look for solutions. And those solutions are going to lead us to success. So the tool is gratitude, right? And I started this off by sharing the gratitude for the people around me, right? And then there's other things. So I try to each day, part of my daily routine, I have not done it yet this morning, but I will do it before we get started, is daily gratitude. I write out 13 things. 13 is my lucky number. And so I try to write out 13 things that I'm grateful for. And they don't have to be, people show up a ton. I'm super grateful for all those people. I think I probably had 13 people right there. So I may be covered already. But, the other day on the 25th here, I wrote, grateful for volleyball. I love the sport. I'm grateful for the local club that I'm going to possibly get to work with and do some coaching again. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for the elementary school that my son goes to, Mid Rivers Elementary School. I'm grateful for waffles. I love a good waffle. I'm grateful for Todd, Eric, Terry. I had them on the list that day. I'm grateful for my knowledge of volleyball. I was also eating an apple, very grateful for that taste. I was grateful for the air conditioning we had in our house because it was a hot day. I was grateful for my wife always doing such an amazing job of taking care of the laundry at our house, and grateful for our car that we have. We call the White Stallion. So just fun. We really enjoyed our new car, and we've been putting it to good use, haven't we, Kylie? So we've been putting some miles in it. So that's the exercise. Just find some gratitude. And as soon as you start thinking about those things, you can't help but find the positive. So, for example, when our son will get upset about something that doesn't go his way, we immediately say, okay, Lou, what are the things that you're grateful for? What is it that you have? What's around you, right? And he grumbles and groans and, but, and we just say, nope, what do you got? Are you grateful for your iPad? Are you grateful for the friends that you have? Are you grateful for the roof that you have over your head? And immediately he can start to get out of that, because our brains can't do both at the same time. So we have to catch ourselves. We have to find a way to stop the blaming, complaining, and excuse making. So I would highly recommend that everybody has a gratitude journal or some way to actually go from being grateful in my head to out on paper or out on a note somewhere to just write it down, or to type it out, or whatever works for you. But every day, be able to list some things that you're grateful for that then you can go back to when things get rough and you feel like the world's pooping on you, right? when things aren't really going well, come back to that gratitude journal, not as a wooey big picture thing, but as soon as you shift, right? We have to make that shift, because if we don't make that shift, we can't find solutions. So I'll talk more about that in just one second, but we have to catch ourselves and switch as quickly as we can. So let me give you a couple examples that have popped up for me. Right now here in the Midwest, it is hot, very hot, unseasonably hot. And on top of it being hot, it's also very humid. So it makes it kind of, I don't know, the best word I could come up with is gross, right? I'm not a big fan of sweating. So it's hot and gross. And when I feel like that, I just feel down. I feel negative. I'm like, it's so hot and gross. Wow, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, I can say, you know what? I'm so grateful that it's bright and sunny and beautiful outside today. And that changes the whole experience. It's bright and sunny and beautiful out today. It could be cold, dark, and rainy, right? So we only complain when there's some other thing that we would prefer, right? You don't hear anybody complaining about gravity. You know, the old people with their walkers going, "Oh, gravity, you're so terrible." Well, because there is no alternative. We live on Earth. Gravity is gravity, right? So we complain about the weather or the things like that because we know there's a better alternative. We could go somewhere that's nicer if we wanted to, but we'd have to sacrifice some things, money, time, whatever. So let me give you another example here. You know, kids are driving me crazy, just just absolutely driving me crazy. Well, the second you have that feeling or that thought of the kids are driving me crazy, think about it this way. Think about the blessing that it is to be a parent and to have kids. Some people can't, or some people have had their kids taken away from them prematurely due to some situation, right? So when the kids drive you crazy, you can accept that. You can live in that for just a moment. But the quicker you get to the fact that you're grateful for having kids in your life, the quicker then that you're able to go, okay, why are they driving me crazy? What can we do? Do I need to sit down and have a talk to them? Do I need to change something up? You know, take away the iPad, whatever it is, and start coming up with solutions. You know, another example that we can think about here inside of our world is, you know, the frustrations with the stock issues and having to order from, I mean, it's all the talk here at the show. It's all the talk on every Facebook group that I'm in, and how terrible this is that, you know, we can't fill an order without purchasing from 7 different locations. Very frustrating. Totally get it. Right. But the second that starts happening for you, you can think about what you're grateful for instead. How about being grateful for the fact that you actually have orders that you need to try to fill? You know, that some people don't have problems finding stock because they don't have orders to try to fill, right? So when you start being grateful for it, what gratitude allows us to do is to attract the positivity, to start looking for solutions. And so the sooner we can switch over from blaming, complaining, and excuse making into trying to find solutions, the sooner things are going to happen for us. If you guys watch the 2 Regular Guys on Thursday night, you'll know that one of our friends, Nathan Lieber, he switched to finding solutions. He went from, I can't find stuff, to how can we as a decorators community work together to get beyond these stock issues a little bit faster. And so he actually decided he was going to put together a spreadsheet of the excess inventory that he has of things that he's not using, you know, things that got bought on accident or something didn't happen with the customer. Every decorator has got something somewhere that is excess that they could potentially get rid of and free up some space, free up some money, potentially, things like that. And so he decided, you know what, I'm going to put this spreadsheet together. I'm going to share it with everybody that I can and allow other people to put their stuff on the spreadsheet. And then people can then go look at the spreadsheet and say, hey, I actually need that. Cool. And there's contact information on there. So I'm going to actually put that up on the banner there. But for those listening on the podcast side, it's bit.ly/stock sheet1. And that'll take you to that spreadsheet. But that's a solution. Is it going to solve all of the stock issues right now? No. But is it better than nothing? Absolutely. So we have to start looking for a solution. And the sooner we get to looking for the solution, the sooner that challenge will go away. And then we can tackle the next challenge. But without gratitude, without positivity, without that belief that there is something better that I'm willing to go invest in, then you're not going to have that opportunity. So the longer we stay in that blaming, complaining, excuse making, guess what? The longer you're going to be in that negative space. So just by finding gratitude, that is an awesome tool. And here's why that works. We can say, oh yeah, that sounds great, Aaron, in theory, but why the heck does that work? Well, there's actually science to it. We have a set of, like a grouping of nerves kind of in our brainstem back here, and it's called the Renticular Activating System, the RAS. And I've talked about it before on Small Business Saturdays and given a little deeper description of it. But at the end of the day, it acts like a filter for us, and it filters all the information, all of the data that's coming at us each and every day. And so when we're focused on the negative things, we're focused on protecting ourselves and blaming, complaining, and finding all of the negatives. Well, guess what our RAS is filtering? It's filtering all of the negative stuff that it can find, making sure that that comes your way. So the more you focus on negativity, the more of it you're going to get. But if we can focus on gratitude and the things we're thankful for, then all of a sudden the filter changes and it starts filtering in the information, the connections, the people, the things in your life that is going to bring you more things. Solutions are going to start showing up out of nowhere, it feels like, but actually those solutions were always right there in front of you. You just were filtering them out because you were focused on the negatives. So once we start focusing on the positives and the solutions, then things will start happening for us. So that's it. That's the simple exercise. Be grateful and see what happens. I'm excited to hopefully see that happen. I know that I've got plenty of work to do in this area as well. And so we can do this together. And maybe when we're seeing people, talking on social media, we can say, hey, that's sounds like a problem, but what's the solution? What are you grateful for? Right. And just start helping each other, remind each other gently, because again, we all do it. There's no, we're all sitting in our glass houses here. So we don't need to be throwing stones at each other, but what we need to be doing is supporting each other and gently reminding each other, let's be positive. Let's find the positive in this. So, all right. So tell me what thoughts you guys have on this. Quick one today. We've got to get down to the show here. It starts at 10 o'clock. And so I figured one simple exercise would be a great way to just start our Saturday off here and have a great end to the official Our Success Group season. We'll be out in different places, but this is the last official booth that Our Success Group has this year. And we'll start planning for 2022 and see where we can see all of you guys out there in person, hopefully. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know where you're at. Kylene, anything that comes up for you that you want to share since you got to take this one in live?
I'm just really grateful that I was able to come to this show and meet all these awesome people.
All right. So Kylene shared that she's just really grateful that she was able to come to these awesome shows and get to meet all these people face to face. So, you met Christine Shreve for the first time actually at this show, face to face, right? Sandy. Yep, that's right. Yeah. So, all right. Wendy, thank you so much. This is awesome. Wendy says, see if I can get that. Yeah. Okay. Positive thought for the day. The breeze is blowing to keep me cool. I like it. Yep. And like I said, I dislike the muggy, hot nastiness that we're in right now. But, again, it could be worse, but it also could be better. So let's, be grateful for the fact that, there's an opportunity for it to be better. It's where I used to live in Phoenix, it's 116. So, whatever the 90 degrees here, just a different kind of heat, right? Just a different thing, but it also could be freezing cold. And, so there's all sorts of could be's and whatnot. So let's just keep focusing on the positives. All right. Anything else that you guys have before we call it a day and move on into our Saturdays? If you guys are what you're up to, relaxing, recharging, or, we get to be here at the show. So really grateful for that opportunity to get to talk and meet new people today, talk to and talk with and share. The other thing that's been really fun here that we hadn't done at the previous shows is we have been doing a quick 15-minute presentation, kind of giving people an overview of what the 5 keys are all about. So I've really enjoyed that. That's something that is in my wheelhouse that I love doing, and also loved watching Todd push himself outside of his comfort zone and doing it as well. He did a great job with that. So I'm excited to do that some more times today. At the top of the hour, we'll be presenting those things. Anything else, Kylie? Nothing?
I think so. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go. Okay. I got approval. We're ready to go. I'm excited. I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will talk to you guys next week. Let me remind myself here real quick what we're talking about next week. So next week, we're going to be talking about small changes that make a big difference. Another one of my favorite topics, because I know even me personally get myself stuck in the fact that I've got to make these big grandiose changes and updates and get overwhelmed. But in reality, we can make these small changes to certain areas, and we're going to talk about some specifics actually, and make some changes that can actually make a big difference for our company. So that will be next week, and the week after that, we will discuss overcoming what will people think. So I'm looking forward to those upcoming. And I've got one more comment before we close it out here. Todd says, Kylene has been amazing in the booth too. Definitely. Agreed. Thanks. Kylene says, thanks, Todd. Awesome. You guys are rock stars. High five. Have a great rest of your Saturday. And we will talk to you all next Saturday for Small Business Saturday. And looking forward to talking to you then. Have a great day.